good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this new show. A new show that you will be seeing more and more in the summer. Yes, the THFC Transfer News Show. Yes, it gets its debut today. Now, the intro won't be the normal show intro. I have on order, through O'Connell Designs, a new transfer intro. So the next time we do this show, it will have its own intro. This is its own show. This is going to be the summer show. It's sort of an upgrade on Newsbeat that I've been running for the last couple of years. As you can see, I'm in a new studio, and there also be new graphics and new everything coming up as the summer transfer window going. But I got a major update yesterday and this morning on Mickey Van de Ven and on other interests. So just let me get the information that I need. Here we go. Yeah, so we've got massive updates. We're going to talk a little bit about Mickey van der Ven. We're going to talk about the Bournemouth defender as well, a little bit about strikers and midfielders as well. All the latest information. On the sporting director, there is no update on this yet. There is no news. I've seen a couple of things on X this morning saying that he's in deep talks with Tottenham. I put the feelers out. I've asked the people I use, and they're coming back and said there's no update at the moment. So look, it could change. Things could change rapidly. Normally does in football, but we will see what happens there. But guys, hope you're well, and yeah, do hit a like, do hit subscribe on this channel as we look to get to 3K as quickly as we can. Look, we're over 2,700 now. We're into 7,200. So look, we're on our way to 800. I would love to get to 3K before the start of the transfer window. Let's get there now. Let's welcome a few people in and we'll get on with the show. Big up to Giant68. Big up, Dermo. And chat, big up to you. Giant, he also said if his head has been turned, should he be captain? I agree, he shouldn't be captain. I think Palunia should be captain, or even probably Gallagher if we get the Gallagher at Chelsea or Crystal Palace side. But he's the man that De Zerbi is picked, and we have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, you're right. If his head's been turned, then should he be captain? No. But I did like what at the end of the Brighton game, he was going around the people and bringing them up and pat, come on, we can do this. Come on, we can get out of this. And that's a good sign of a captain. Big up to Wayne Bonner. He says, good afternoon, folks. Hope you're all well and having a great Friday. It's a lovely day here in Wexford. The sun is splitting the trees and summer is coming. Yay. Big up the Carl. Good. Get 60 plus million for him. Move him on as we have no time for players not 100% committed. Well, he may be committed. I've got a little more of an update this morning than I did yesterday. Also, he has shown this season his amazing pace, but not exactly smashing everything else. No, I think a lot of players, Carl, in that book, have not shown, they've not smashed everything else. And this is the situation we're in. And tomorrow, of course, is going to be do or die, isn't it? In my world, in my view. If we don't beat Wolves tomorrow, then I think we can say goodbye to the Premier League. Big up Steven says, big up Dermot and chat. Can't blame Beaver. What? No, you can't blame him. And that's the other argument, isn't it? You can't blame him for wanting them out. You can't blame him for saying, look, I want to go somewhere else. This is a nightmare here. There's clowns running the show. We can't get a team together. We keep chopping managers. This is my fourth manager since I've been at the club. Think about that. This is Mickey van der Ven's fourth manager. We've had Ange, we've had Thomas Frank, we've had Tudor. Now we've got Robert De Zerbi. This is his fourth manager. It is shocking. It really is shocking. Carl also says we now have to get the most out of all these players wanting out, use the money correctly on the right players, things for this club. Things will never change, Carl, unless the ownership either goes or decides to let footballing people run the footballing side. And also we have to get rid of Johan Lang. No questions. Vinay and Lang have to go. But unless that happens, nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to change. Big up to Ed Fan. Big up to you, Ed Fan. Hey, Dermot from Cloudy Hamburg, Germany. It's beautiful here today. I hope you get some summer soon. Big up to Johnny Tottenham. Oi, legend. Big up to you, Johnny. You're legend yourself, man. Big up to Paul G. Morning, Dermot and chat. Big up to you, Paul. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Paul says, I should be saying good afternoon, Reddit. Nah, it's morning wherever you are. Big up to you, Bob. I can't blame him. He is vice captain and mainstay in the team in 18th place. Yeah, He's doing brilliant. 18th place is great for us, isn't it? Big up to 1K. Interesting. We have not seen any training footage this week. Finally, a manager putting his foot down and trying to keep everything under wraps, doing it his way. Exactly. And don't be surprised if Tottenham do bring out some training videos later on. Don't be surprised if they come out yet. Um, they will come out, but don't be surprised. Ownership will go. New director will be in soon. Lang and Vinay are already gone. Just not been said. Well, Carl, if you know something I don't, let me know. Uh, I'm just gonna ask for an update of the people. Yeah, if you know something I don't, let me know. Please be very nice. Right, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Right, these are the clubs that are interested in. Let me get the information. I got me on the monster. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's go back. Right. So yesterday, I did. We said. So let me get at that. There were strong indications that Mickey van der Ven could leave Tottenham this summer. Now, these are the clubs that are interested in Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United, and Liverpool. And we went along the route of Manchester United being really interested in him. Um, Barcelona have shown real interest in him and view Van de Ven as an ideal fit due to his pace and ability to play a high defensive line. Real Madrid also monitoring the situation as part of their long-term defensive planning. In the Premier League, there's interest from Manchester United, Liverpool, and Chelsea, but I'm sort of discarding Chelsea because I think Chelsea are in more shit than I think what's been put out in the media. I think financially, I think they're going to be in a lot of problems come the summer. I think there's also a lot of rumours going around that they're going to rip up the agreement they had with UEFA, and that would lead them to being banned from Europe. Now, at the moment, Chelsea did record the record most loss of any Premier League side of the Premier League history era. So I would not. I just don't think Chelsea will be in the market for big spending this summer. Just my own opinion. It's not what I've been told or what I've been led to believe or anything like that. I just discount Chelsea in this because I don't think Mickey Van der Ven will go to Chelsea anyway, and I don't think Chelsea are in the market. But these are the four teams that are interested in him in the summer if he does decide to leave. Now, the current status and Tottenham state is Mickey van der Ven Spurs remain committed to building around Van der Ven as a defensive cornerstone. No movement expected unless a major bid arrives, which is currently unlikely. So he is under a long-term contract to 2029. There is growing expectation that he could be one of the key departures in the potential squad rebuild. Now, the only reason Mickey van der Ven will leave the club is if Tottenham Hotspur are relegated. Then you will see the likes of him, Romero, Porro, all leaving the football club, and then you will see Tottenham trying to rebuild um, from the ground up again. If Tottenham remain in the Premier League, I think Mickey van der Ven will stay around under De Zerbi. Now, that doesn't mean that Romero will go. I think Romero will go in the summer. I think good riddance to him, get rid of him, get him out of the football club. I think he's going to be more of an issue than Mickey van der Ven is. I can understand Mickey van der Ven's frustration this year, and I can understand how he's been feeling. As I said, this is his fourth manager in since he came to the football club on the ranch. So I'd be very surprised if he does move on this season. The only reason I see him leaving the club is if we get relegated, and then you will see a mass exodus of all the top players going out. I'd like a Xavi, like a probably Gallagher as well will go. Kudus may stay. I know Kulu will stay because he feels he owes something after him being out for nearly a year. James Maddison will probably stay as well, because I think loyalty. I think James Maddison, that sort of player. Look, you looked after me. Now it's time to put in a little bit in for you, and also to be with the squad that gets back up to the Premier League if the worst case scenario happened. I think I think that would mean more to him than anything else. So, but Tottenham are expected to demand a fee if he does go in the region of 90 to 100 million. Their talks position remains strong due to the length of his contract. However, Tottenham League status could impact, as I said, the structure of any deal. Relegation would increase the likelihood of reduced fee or an alternative deal structure such as stage payments. Key factor: Tottenham's end of season position will play a major role in determining whether Mickey van der Ven goes or stays. Van de Ven's profile makes him highly attracted to clubs that play with high defensive lines, particularly due to his pace and recovery. Mickey van de Ven is emerging as one of Tottenham's most likely major exits this summer if we go down, with strong interest from Spain and the Premier League, although any deal depending heavily on Tottenham's valuation and league outcome. So that's for me where we are, Mickey van de Ven. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the chat what you think as well. Do you think if Tottenham survive, will he stay? Will he commit himself to Tottenham? He is under a long contract, and there is a rule of thumb, isn't there, that Tottenham can say, right, you ain't going nowhere. You're under contract. You're staying here. But if it was between Romero and Mickey van der Ven to leave to go out summer, if we were to survive, who would you prefer to keep? Mickey van der Ven or Christian Romero? If you could get rid right at the back four as it stands now. So you've got Porro, you've got Spence, you got Porro, Spence, your doggy, Mickey van der Ven, and Romero. Who would you keep and who would you sell? So let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments who would you keep. Personally, I would keep your doggy. I would keep Mickey van der Ven. Maybe Spence, but I would definitely get rid of Porro and and Romero. Porro for me, he can F off because of what he said early in the season. I've got no time for that idiot. And Romero as well. I think he's becoming, though he is a good defender, I think he's becoming too much of a liability. And I think his head's been turned last summer. And I don't think his head's been in Tottenham all year. So that is my two who I'll go. But let me know what you think. I want to say um big up to Hammers, big up to you. Big weekend tomorrow, Tony. Big weekend tomorrow. Are you free tonight, by the way? Can you let me know? Are you free tonight? Let me know in the chat. I'll send you the link if you're free tonight to bring you on to the pre-match build-up tonight because I want to get a West Ham's perspective as well tonight. I think it's going to be a massive weekend for both clubs. Well, big up to you guys. Big up to you, Tom. Big up, Tom. Mickey is going right. Look, I don't think if we stay up, I don't think Mickey van der Ven's going. I don't think Mickey van der Ven is going. Just let me check. Uh, okay. I don't think Mickey van der Ven's going unless we get relegated. But I do feel Porro, and I do feel if we're going to have a defensive realignment, I do feel Porro and Romero will go. If we go down, then yeah, he will go. Mickey van der Ven, the first one out the door. It's common sense, isn't it? If we stay up, I don't think he will because I think he would like to see what De Zerbi's doing, and De Zerbi will make him feel wanted, make him club captain. You're my man. You're the man to bring us forward. Unless an extraordinary bid comes in, let's we get a bid over 100 million, and then Tottenham may be tempted. But for right now, my gut's telling me, and for what I've been told, he ain't going nowhere unless major things change. Just a little bit, go through chat. Then I'm going to go on about Karim Adeyemi as well from Dortmund. So we're going to have a little look to him. Carl says, get rid of Van der Ven and Romero if the prices are right. We could all get all round better players for where we are at the moment. That's true. That's one good argument. That's one good argument you can put across. If Mickey wants to go, let him. We just need to replace him with quality. Your doggy is injured again, so he can go too. That's the problem with your doggy, isn't it? He does seem to get injured quite a lot. So do you cut your losses or do you keep him as a backup? Do you keep your doggy as a backup? Buy a proper left back, have your doggy as a backup, and then you put Spencer right back and buy somebody to back Spence up. Because I think Spence on the right is a far better player than Spence on the left. So I wouldn't get rid of Spence. I'd keep him. Look, I know some people think his attitude is wrong. I just think he needs the right manager to guide him, and I think De Zerbi's that this sort of disciplined manager that will guide him in that, and I think we may see the best of Spence yet. Mark my words, I think Spence might come good under De Zerbi. And on De Zerbi, to be fair, look, I was a bit underwhelmed, and I sort of did agree with Keeler at the time that it was a marriage of convenience, but could end up in a messy divorce. Um, but the more I've heard of him, the more I've seen his press conferences. Now, his third one today, which will be on at 5. We will be going over his press conference at 5 as well. So do join me for that. I'm beginning to more and more warm to him and like him, and I'm getting behind him. If I like what I see today, then I'm fully in. I don't care. I'm fully De Zerbi in then. I'm backing him 100%. I just like the way, and I love the way he did it in his pre-press conference as well. After our draw, when he said, "Right, we're going to win 5 out of 5," he wasn't trying to be arrogant. He was just saying, "Right, I'm putting to you players, if you can play like that against Brighton, and you haven't done that all season, but you put in performance, then right, I'm setting you a target. Go and get me 5 out of 5." And I like that. He's putting the pressure back on the players. I like that. Big up to Dave. Big up, Dave. How you doing, bud? If Mickey wants to go, let him. We just need to replace him with quality. You don't. Yeah, I agree. Sal Van der Ven, Romero, Vicaria, and Radu to replace them. Vicaria as well. I agree. Vicaria should go. And in my predicted lineup, the one thing I will say, which we're going out tomorrow morning. I'm pre-recording it today, and we're going out tomorrow morning about 8 o'clock. So watch out for that, guys. Members first though. We're going out to members tonight, and then we're going out to non-members tomorrow morning. That I will start Kingsley. I am starting Kingsley tomorrow. I look, we know Vicario may be a doubt. We know more at the press conference, but I would keep the back 5 as it is. I wouldn't change it. I would not change it one iota. Big up to Elspur, who sprinkles a little bit of Vegas on us. Big up to you, Elspur. Good morning, Dermo. 5:30 here in Vegas. If I go to Vegas, I'm going to meet up with you, Elspur, and we'll have a drink, and we'll have a drink and talk Tottenham. I've always wanted to go to Vegas, so I will be going to Vegas. So big up to Elspur. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Tony. Yeah, let me know if you are around, but I will send a link to your X account, and then if you can send me your number, then I add you onto WhatsApp, and then it'd be easier way of getting things over to you. Uh, don't Tony has already sent lasagna to Wolves. Oh no. If Robinson, if we stay up and say here, it's a. I agree. Look, the Robinson deal for me, I think it's a great deal. I think it's a great buy. If we can stay up and he comes, I think that's a best. It's a really good buy. Now, I think it's a really clever one as well. A, his experience, and B, you use him more than your doggy. Your doggy could be the backup to him. And also, if you think about it, and as much as I dislike Porro, could you imagine Porro on the right and Robertson on the left? Both of them can cross a ball. Both of them are good at set pieces. Both of them can cross a ball. And imagine having that as your wing backs or your fullbacks that can get balls in. If you're a striker, you're going to be loving that. You're going to be all over that. So for me, yeah, and I do agree with Sensi as well. I do agree it is an upgrade, and I think it'd be a good choice. Also Premier League ready as well, so there's no doubt about him settling in, or he might have settled into the club, but I think from a footballing point of view, he's already ready to play in the Premier League. So for me, I agree, Carl. I think both of them would be an all round better defenders in stats, but stats can lead you down a murky path. You know that. The argument I was having, well, not argument, well, the the chat I was having with Ryan the other day about Bergville, that stats can lead you to believe one thing, but an eye test can lead you to believe another. And I always go for an eye test over 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 stats. But we just have to see what happens, don't we? We just have to see what happens. Big up Greg. It says, "Hi, Domo. I'm sorry if it's already been covered by replacing Romero. Since it is a very Tottenham thing to do. It is. It is. But look, I'd be quite. I think on Romero. I'm more at peace with him going than say Mickey Van der Ven if he was to go. I'd be more upset if Mickey was to go more than Romero. I said it early in the stream. I think Romero's a liability. I think he's let us down enough. Yes, he scored 2 goals against Newcastle. Yes, he got the equaliser against Burnley. But he has let us down as well. And yes, he's been vocal against the ownership, and that will play into certain fans' sort of narrative of, yeah, he's one of us. He's a fan. But where's he one of us when he ain't doing his talking on the pitch? Or he's getting sent off, or he thinks more of Argentina than he does of Tottenham. Maybe that's a stick people are beating him with. Maybe it's a stick that people are rightly beating him with. And maybe it's not true. Maybe he does care about Tottenham. Maybe he does care about the club just as much as he cares about Argentina. But it's a narrative that's been put out there, isn't it? It's a narrative that's been given. And I think some of his actions do sort of talk louder than words. He can say all the things he wants to say, but his actions speak louder. And I think Mickey van der Ven is very quiet, gets on with his job. Yes, he hasn't played well, but nor has the rest of the players played well this season. So we have to see what happens. We do have to see what what's happened. Big up Scott. He said if we play like we did against Brighton, we are going down for sure. Sad. I Did you think we were bad against Brighton then? Because I thought it's the best I've seen us play in a long while. I'd like to know, where did you think we where did you think we come up in some areas, or where do you think we failed in others, Scott? Let me know. I'd be interesting. You're the first one actually to say that the Brighton game we didn't play well. I'd be interested to know, but yeah, I get your point. I do get your point. Big up to Rodney as well. Big up to all Coys at Langer. I agree. Langer, Enoch out, then I agree with all of it. Big up to Hammers. Damn, we're getting lost in Las Vegas casinos for months. No one will find them. Yeah. I don't think Mrs. Tron would let that happen, Carl. But yeah, you and me getting lost in Las Vegas. Can you imagine us two doing the video in Las Vegas together? Jesus. It'd be like the loonies on tour. Um, Big up the Rain Man. The only man that stands there with a brolly in the brightest of day because he wants to be prepared because he says it's gonna rain. Big up to you, bud. Hope you do well. 4 coaches in 3 years tells us that, yeah, it does, doesn't it? 4 coaches in 3 years is just well, 3 full-time coaches plus 1 knobhead. Yeah, says it already. Big up to Queen Mary's in the house, so everyone behave yourself before you get your head chopped off, or she puts you in the dungeon. Yeah, big up to Mary. Hope you're doing well. Listen, Mary, later. Um, you're doing very well in the fantasy league as well. So at the end of the stream, I will bring that. I will let you know where you are. But big up, Mary. Hope you're doing well. I really do. Um, I thought we were meh against Brighton. A 5 out of 10 for me. And attack toothless, as expected. Midfield solid, no progression, no creativity. Need Xavi to save us on. Yeah. Okay, then that's fair. I get that. Okay, that's a fair argument. I thought we were better in midfield. I just thought we were better. It just let us down. It's the lack of composure, I think. And also, I'm standing by this. If Xavi hadn't done, no, Wilson, I've met him. He's a real Canadian. I am supporting Canada. Canada is this channel's team for the World Cup, by the way, Scott. So just let you know, we're all becoming Canadians on this channel. We're going to support Canada. It's going to be Canada's channel. We're going to show all the games. We're going to, yeah, we are. We're Canada till we die in the World Cup. So just let you know, bud. Just let you know, we're all going to be Canada fans. Um, I don't know if you agree with this, and people do put in the chat if you agree or disagree. I feel Xavi jumping into the crowd when he scored his wonder goal, right? And how long it took them to get back from there to the centre circle, added the extra minutes on for Bryant to get the equaliser. If he hadn't done that, then we would not still be playing. and Brighton would not have got an equaliser and would have ended up winning. I don't know if you agree in the chat, guys, or in the comments. Let me know. But I do feel I understand the emotion. I understand the sort of letting off release, but I just feel that him doing that added to the extra time and added that to Brighton equalised. Because if he hadn't done that, I don't think Brighton would have equalised. I want to know, Scott, if if you agree or disagree with that. I sort of get where you're getting at, in that we are toothless in attack, and that I will agree with you 100%. I thought, yeah, the midfield was solid. I agree with no progression. I just thought second half we were better than the first half. But I just feel with all the celebration jumping into the crowd, I just feel, and with the new law that every second counts, of course, we're taking goal kicks, corners, throw-ins, whatever, all gets added into the mix. I just feel we need to be a lot more savvy and a lot more sort of, right, score a goal, yeah, can celebrate, but let's keep it short. Let's get back to the let's keep it down to a minimum. Let's do mad celebrations at the end. Let's jump into the crowd at the end when we win. But I just don't. I just think that added to it. And then once you add that 3 minutes, where how long it took, I would actually time it from the Xavi goal to then Brighton kicking off. I am going to time it. I'll let you know tonight. Um, I just feel that added to it. So let me know, Scott. Let me know what you think, bud. Let me know, do you agree or disagree? Let's see who's just popped in. Bring up, good man. Right, Tony, I'll send you that later, bud. Dermo, we would be like Del Boy and Rodney in the yes. I'm Del Boy, you're Rodney. uh yeah, I don't agree with this Romero thing. You can see from his social media posts that he cares about his club and is frustrated about it, but I get that. Right, let me take this down and then we'll get back to this. I get that, right? I do understand that, right? But my argument to that is, right, then he should be doing his talking on the pitch. It's all right doing talking on social media, but where's his talking on the pitch? Where's his talking when he's getting sent off? We missed him for 4 games. Where's his talking against Sunderland when he was losing the head? When he gets booked, and you know full well he is heading towards another red card. Where's his you know care then? I just feel Romero is a very complicated individual that, and maybe all Argentinians are the same. Maybe all Argentinians are probably misunderstood, and maybe he does care, and it doesn't come across as that. That it comes across that he cares more about the national team than it does the club side. And maybe would that be the same if he's with Atletico Madrid? Would that be the same if he goes somewhere else? I get it. For me personally, I'm fed up with him being unreliable, and I'm fed up with him putting stupid tackles in when he doesn't need to. I'm fed up with him just not sort of using this. Roy Keane was a player that got sent off more times than anyone, but Roy Keane would put a shift in. Even if you got sent off, he would put a shift in. He would not give up game in or game out, either for Ireland or either for Manchester United. Romero doesn't do it. Doesn't do it where Roy Keane did it all of the time. Romero does it some of the time, and it's great putting posts out saying and about the frustrations about the board and the general situation of the club. That's great, but do you talking also on the pitch? Do you talking that you don't let us down? Lead by example. Lead by your own words. And that's why I have a love-hate relationship with Romero. I do have a love. I love him. I love. I love his sort of. I do love the way he plays, and I do love the way he's a bit like a Roy Keane or a Graham Roberts type player. That he will put his foot in, but you got to be a bit savvy with it, and you also got to also do your talking on the pitch. If you're going to moan about the club off the pitch, then do something about it on the pitch. But I understand where you're coming from. but that's just my sort of counter to that argument, if you know. I know you probably won't agree with all of it, but I think you might agree with some of it. So let me know. Big up Scott, brilliant. There you go. See, got the Queen's approval. Yeah. I'm convinced Xavi got cramped from climbing up and the advertising board like a donut. Yeah, I agree. Um, every second counts. Yes, big up to you, Ghost North London. Big up to you, Joe Blogs as well, bud. Brian, we need to care about. We need them to care about results, though. We can't control you getting. We can't control you getting emotional. We can't control. I know. I agree. I agree. I agree. But I just think no. I look. I get that. I get emotional. Of course, I do. Everyone gets emotional, but I think footballers do have to be savvy sometimes. But I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. Big up Tiger Lily. Big up, cuz. How you doing? Big up to you. Love you. Um, well, 'cause I think the midfield definitely better than it had been with Graham Bergville. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's easy to like he cares on social media when he's actively got his agent offering him clubs before season. Yeah, true. Big up to Mark Taylor as well. We do need a performance tomorrow, Tom. We really do, bud. Big up to Tom as well. Big up to you, mate. Tottenham till I die. Of course we are. Um, I think some of the sending offs are caused that he's trying so hard to get results and pushing the limits. Roy Keane deliberately got sent off just so he can get revenge on Haaland, and rightly so as well. I'm defending him because he's Ireland captain. I love Roy Keane, so I'm going to defend him. I'm going to defend him with all my might. No, I get it. I get it. I get it. I think he over tries. I get it. I understand what you're saying, but I just have this love hate relationship with him. I do. But yeah, you leave my ruin. It's his job. It's his job, Rain. It's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's paid to do, Rain. That's what I was paid to do. I was paid to get deliberately sent off. I was paid to go after Patrick Vieira. It's my job. It's his job, Rain. You know, just leave him. It's his job. Do your job, Rain. Yeah, you're gonna get Lang out now. Yeah, he needs to go as well. He's the problem. He needs to go. He's not doing his job. He needs to go. Um, don't worry, Wolves 7, Spurs 7 tomorrow. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Anyway, let's get on before I get myself into any more trouble. Oh dear. That's not a bad Roy Keane impersonation, actually. I might have to bring that into the show. Right. Okay. Let's get on with it. Right. Let's go down. Right. Okay. And this fella, where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Karhim Adiyam. Big baby. That's what they are. They're all big babies. Don't care. Right. That's a very bad Cork accent. Sorry, anyone from Cork watching. We all know that you want to be your own republic in a republic. But yeah, big up to everyone in Cork that's watching. Sorry, Rebel. And Colin. And Kerem Ademare, Tottenham continue to monitor Ademare as a wide forward option. Interest is genuine but not advanced. The more I've gotten that is but not advanced. Any move depends on outgoings and budget flexibility. Competition expected from other European clubs. Um, I would expect competition from Italy and Spain, maybe from Manchester City in the Premier League as well, or Manchester United, maybe Liverpool as well. I'm not. I just think. Look, Chelsea may be interested, but I just think Chelsea have got too many bigger problems going on right now for them to be um, interested in players. But anyway, that's sort of my choice. On the central midfielder now, this is where it gets interesting. Now we are going to talk about Marco Sensini. Um, You leave Wexford alone. We're the best county in Ireland. Since Sensi has been internally discussed as a defensive reinforcement, situation is complicated by Bournemouth's league status and valuation. More on that is Spurs are taking a curious approach and will not overpay for his services. And I think that's the right thing to do. We can't be overpaying. We've overpaid for players before, and they haven't really been a sensation. Dominic Solanke for one. We overpaid for him And I still remember the day we bought them. I still remember the day me and Gilly were doing the show, and it broke that we bought Dominic Slanky. We both went, "Mm." It was so underwhelming. It really was. But I do feel this is the one to watch in the summer. I do feel that some of these players, and as the season starts to winds down, and we know where Tottenham are going to be next season, I think then we can start properly saying that and that player or that player. But it's a lot of sort of. It would be a sensible signing. Yeah, it would be Carl. But would he want to come to Tottenham in the Championship, or would he want to come to Tottenham in the Premier League? He want to come to Tottenham Premier League. I don't think any Premier League player will want to drop down, but Tottenham are still a big name. Tottenham are a big club. I don't care what anyone says. We're a massive club with a massive name, and we will be a massive pull in the Championship as well. Um, I just think, we're better off in the Premier League. I think these transfers are a bit easier to make than in the Championship. Striker depth, the secondary striker is on the consideration to support the front line, focuses on the younger profile with a resale value rather than a high cost established name. And this is where I think we need to change. Look, there was talk about Troy Parrott. I'm looking for information. I'm waiting for information on Troy Parrott if he is going to come back to Tottenham. Now, I did get some information on Troy Parrott. Now I just have to go back a little bit on him. Um, so let's just see. Where did I have it? I'm just saying I did get some information on him. Right, okay. The only information, look, the bit of information I did get on Troy Parrott, he would indeed be open to a return. I think Troy Parrott, right, coming back now, is a far better striker than the Troy Parrott that left Tottenham. And if you were to put him in the same breath as Dominic Solanke or Richarlison, I think Troy Parrott's a better striker than the pair of them. Now, a lot of people may disagree with that comment. A lot of people may say, Domo, you're talking shite, man. Dominic Solanke is a Premier League striker. But Dominic Solanke is not a striker that's going to get you 15, 20 goals a season. I think Troy Parrott will get you 15 goals a season. I think he'll tear it up in the Championship if we're there. And I think the experience that he's done. And look, I've watched him a lot for Ireland as well, and suddenly he's come of age. He's come of age, like with us. He scored, I think, what was it, 5 goals in 2 games for Ireland to get us into the playoffs. He did score in the playoffs with the penalty, and he's already won a cup as well. So he's got that winning mentality as well, and he's playing well out in the Dutch league. And yes, the Dutch league is not the same as the Premier League. I understand that, but he has played in the Premier League, and he's played for Tottenham. So for me, I think Troy Parrott would be a great signing for us, and I think it should be a signing we should be looking at. Get rid of Dominic Solanke, get rid of Richarlison, get rid of Morani. You put Troy Parrott as your number one, and then you buy a couple of younger strikers as backups, or maybe bring in the younger players through the youth academy to. Sorry, sorry. Um, just give, sorry, I had a phone call. Sorry, sorry. Um, so yeah, for me, Troy Parrott would be the sensible signing. On that, look, who else could we buy up front? Who else? I look, I think Dominic Solanke, I think is. I mean, to hear the Zabi say he's probably one of the best strikers in the Premier League, I'm looking at Zabi thinking, what are you on? Secondly, I do agree with you, Joe Bloggs, that Morani has been very disappointed. I mean, Morani's not the player we all thought he was. Richie tries his heart out, but Richie just he was never a 70 or 60 million pound striker. And since Harry Kane left, we've never found anyone to replace that hole. Look, I go back to when Jimmy Greaves left Tottenham to go West Ham. We had Martin Shivers to fill that hole. So Martin Shivers was there for a couple of years and to take over that sort of Jimmy Greaves to put the ball in the back of the net. Then it wasn't then we had to wait then to Garth Crooks and Archibald to come in the 80s. And then we had Clive Allen, and then we had Gary Lineker. And then we had the Robbie Keanes, the Berbatovs, the Jermaine Defoes to come in. We had Teddy Sheringham as well. We had Chris Armstrong, who, for me, Chris Armstrong is a little bit like Dominic Solanke's a bit. But and then we had Harry Kane coming in. So we've always been very lucky with strikers. We just got to get some of this Deadwood out. And I think bringing in Troy Parrott would be a smart move. I really do. I really think bringing in Troy Parrott would be, and I'm not saying that because he's Irish. He's Irish and he plays for my country, and I got a little bit of probably favoritism or a little bit of sort of. I'm a little bit more loyal to him, I would say, than a Solanke or a Ritchie. But I do feel he's an upgrade on both of them, and definitely he's an upgrade on Morani. We just need to buy properly strikers in the summer. None of this secondary striker is under consideration to support the front line. None of this focuses on the younger profile. Well, we've had enough of this bullshit. Just go out, spend the money, and buy the players, and buy the proper players. Um, so on the central midfield reinforcement as well, our recruitment team are actually exploring options for dynamic midfielder priority profile as a progressive ball carrier with a defensive output. No single name agreed internally yet. I do feel Paliunu is that player. I do feel Paliunu is that midfielder, but that also depends if we stay up, then I think that deal is easier to make than if we go down. Then I think that sort of deal is harder to make, in my opinion. Um, so that would be my shout. That let me know in the midfield as well. Let me know who you guys think you like in midfield. Now Andy Robertson, of course, is linked with Tottenham. We did break it that he is coming to Spurs. The Spurs stay up, so we know that's going to happen. We know potential outcomes as well. Archie Gray attracting interest from Bayern and Liverpool could be sold. The Spurs go down. This is one to watch. Relegation may play a lot of player sales. Also defensive rebuilding. We are talking about that, didn't we? And Spurs internally are planning for a major defensive reset. Of course, around Christian Romero and Mickey van der Ven. Depth at centre back and full back, multiple targets being tracked. Not just Sensei, but isn't one sign. It's a full rebuild job. So look, as you can see, there's a lot of being put into it. And look, and the bigger picture is recruitment is already underway, but the level of targets depend heavily on Premier League survival. Spurs are actively working on deals. Multiple positions are being assessed. Nothing close to completion yet. Situation still fluid. It all depends where we are. If we go down to the Championship, then the whole list of names change. If we stay in the Premier League, then the whole list of name changes again. So we won't know what road we're either going to go on down road A if we stay in the Premier League or road B if we get down to Championship. We're not going to know which road we're going down until we know what we're doing. And this is where I think this weekend is vital because if we don't get a result against um, Wolves and the West Ham get a result against Everton, then it goes out to 5 points. I think then very quickly you're looking at road B. If we win tomorrow and West Ham don't win, and we get out the bottom three, then I think you may start thinking we might be able to get out of this. So we start looking down road A. But it's going to be very interesting. We won't know, and that's the problem because of the situation we're in. We now cannot properly plan for the summer. Where if you knew you were in the Premier League this year, you already would be planning for the summer transfer list. So look, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really, really interesting. Let's welcome a few people and get chatting. Then we're going to end off there. And then I am back at 5, of course, with after the presser to do join me for that, guys. 100% way better, a better Troy Parrott than we had before. We're fitting lovely and Slanky just bombed off Richie, etc. Agree, Carl, 100%. Yeah, 25 million. I will ask that, Greg. I'll have that answer for you for after the presser, if not for tonight's build-up show. I'll ask that question and I will find out for you. So leave that with me. It's the same with Vacevic. He wants to play with his brothers, so you loan him to them again next season. If we get relegated, then hope he can come straight back up. Yeah, if we go down, I wouldn't even loan them back out and say, right, you're number one setback. You're playing for us. I don't care what you want to do. You're contracted to Tottenham Hotspur. You're going to play for us. And I think that's the way Tottenham have to look at it. I can't watch Parrott playing for Spurs, but but I guess if we're in the Championship, beggars can't be choosers. I take it not Parrott's a bigger fan. Big up Mark New, big up THFC till I die. Big up to you as well. Big up to Carl as well. In regards of Parrott, it all depends if we go down or not. Exactly. I want hungry players. None of you would like my suggestion. Who is it then? Who is it? Tell us. Tell us. Troy Parrott has made a huge impact on loan. Made it, yeah. Well, and it's not a loan, Mark. He's. I think it was a permanent transfer out there. He would be massive, especially on Morani. Totally agree. Big up Joe Blogs. Richie's very much. It is. Yeah. Type of forward, hot and cold, but works hard. But his career was hampered by third choice. Yeah, I agree. Great. That is your name. It is. Yeah, is what it is. Yeah, I know what you mean. Carl, a striker that bench rotation borrow from. That's not a bad shout. Borrow from QPR, by the way. Not a bad shout at all. Good choice, Grayson. I like that Swansea striker as well. I do, Carl, as well. If we beat Wolves and the Hammers lose, then we have an easier run of games compared to the Hammers. Exactly. Tomorrow makes want to turn off everything and pretend it's not on. Carl, join me for the watch along. It's going to be one of those watch alongs and then sold for 6.4 million. Guys, that is it. That is your. Oh, I got one thing to do before we do leave you. It's just to give you a little update and a little thing as well. If I can find it. Here we go. Guys, this is the start of our merch. There is merch coming out now in the summer. A website will be going up, THFC2 with our website, where you'll be able to buy t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs and hats and everything like that. This is the first design of merch that is going. So guys, let us know in the comment section what you think. I will put this up in the community page today. So let us know if you like it or not like it. That's the design we're going with. So let us know. But yeah, that is what we got. I like it. It's all done by O'Connell Designs again, the sponsor of this channel. He does all our sort of work for us, all our tech work for us. He is also going to be doing the merchandise side of it as well. He'll be running that. So let us know, guys, if you like it or not, and give us ideas as well. Give us ideas in the chat. What do you want us to do merch? Do you want mugs? Do you want hats? Do you want badges? Do you want key rings? Let us know what you want, and we'll put it all in the melting pot. And then when the summer starts, this will go live, and we will get stuff at that. And look, there's other plays as well. There will be other plays, and also there's going to be a T-shirt with sayings from me, from Tequila. We're going to get a Billy one as well. We'll get a few of them done. We're going to get ones with ours. Also, just hoodies with THFC till we die as well. So please do let us know what you think. Right, we're going to leave it there. As I said, I'm back at 5 after the presser to join me live then. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and come on.